Do It on a Dime here, and this is Luna, aka Street Rat Dog. She used to live on the street, so we call her Street Rat. But trust me, now she's super pampered and loved. I wanted to get on YouTube and make this video about how to decorate on a dime, or aka decorate on the super cheap. Because I feel like a lot of, advice and that sort of thing for decorating on the cheap implies decorating tacky. Or like, you think of like decorating from like the Goodwill or the dollar store, thrifting, and at least for me, a lot of times what comes to mind is like super, super cluttered. Like a lot of knickknacks everywhere and just like dirty almost, and I don't know. And if that is your style, like you really like a lot of knickknacks and a lot of things all over the place, like awesome, like more power to you. You find a style that you love, great. But for me personally, I like more of like a streamlined decorating, and I don't feel like there's a lot of videos on YouTube that showcase how to decorate super cheap but still make things look really classy. So I wanted to show you kind of a few things that I've done around my home to decorate, and literally everything you're going to see has come from either the Goodwill, the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, or a thrift shop / garage sale. I might show you guys a couple things that like I've done like do it yourself, and for some of those things I had to buy like fabric and that sort of thing that came from a fabric store. But every item that you'll see I purchased on the super, super cheap, and I think it looks really nice. So Luna, are you ready to get started? Let's do it. Hello. So first I'm going to take you guys into my entryway, and I just wanted to kind of orient you here. This is where I was just filming. This is one area that I have decorated completely from the Dollar Tree and the Goodwill. This little basket, it's kind of just like a woven decoration. It was originally intended to be a basket, Honestly, I think it was supposed to house like chip and dip, which is really nasty to me, but it wasn't dirty at all. It was completely clean. I'll show you guys the back. I just picked it up in like the basket section of the Goodwill. See what I mean? I'm not really sure. It's super awkward. But I really thought this pattern was really modern, and the woven look just gave a lot of texture. And I paid, I think, less than $1 for this, but I just hung it on my wall at my entryway. And then down here, this is just those decals. You can find them at Target, and they're like $20 or so. This is from the Dollar Tree, and it's a Bible verse from John 15:12. And I just thought it was really beautiful and kind of tied together this area. So this entire artwork area on this side wall cost me less than $2. I think that's a good deal. Okay, so sort of taking you guys on the art theme, this is more art that I was able to create from the Goodwill. When you guys go into the Goodwill, you really have to look at the items there and say, okay, what can I make out of this? Because you're not going to walk into the Goodwill and find art that looks really nice. In fact, a lot of the big pieces are going to be really ugly, like from the 90s, just like not looking so hot. So you have to keep a super open mind and be prepared to put a little bit of time into it. Because if you want to save a dime, you do have to put in time. That's just a fact. But this is a frame that I found, and inside the frame, I can't even remember what it was. It was just an extremely ugly piece of art. I think it was like, just like flowers, but you know those like flower pictures from the 90s that were nice back then, but aren't so nice right now. I just took that out. And I mean, this is the frame. It's, it's just a nice standard black frame, and I liked it because I didn't have to do anything to it. But I put a matting into the frame. I actually took this to Michael's, and they cut down a mat really, really small, which I think just looks really beautiful on the wall like this. It's a statement piece. And that cost me, I think, $7 for the mat, and then the frame was like $4.99. So for everything together, oh my gosh, I'm not good at math, like $12 for the entire project. And then in here, I actually got my master's degree overseas in Spain, and I took a ton of pictures, and I just put it into a sepia color and set it in the center of the frame. So it has a lot of meaning to our family. I think the coloring really complements our couch and our pillows and that sort of thing. So there you go. Decorating on a dime. Art that looks expensive for 12 bucks. Okay, y'all, so this is something that I didn't buy from the dollar store. I inherited this next item, and I just made it better. So these chairs in our dining room, we inherited this entire dining room set. It was from my husband's grandmother. So I just didn't like the fabric that it was done in. It was a dated green. So I just went to the fabric store and I just picked up a few yards of this fabric because I thought it was really pretty and classy, and reupholstered a chair. Now I would just like to point out, on the scale of like 1 to 10, 1 being not handy at all and 10 being super handy, I'm like a negative 0.75, not even kidding. And I was able to reupholster this chair. I was able to. That's how easy it is. I'll see if I can get under here. If you've never reupholstered a chair, just quick Google it and you'll get like a jillion results for it. You just have to make sure to pull the fabric taut. But I think the dining room set looks really nice and matches really well with the wall color, which is Bear's Contemplation, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Okay, so this area is also in our dining room, done completely on a dime. Over here we have this, what do you even call that? I don't know. You're probably sitting there thinking I'm stupid. Whatever it is that you keep China cabinet, there we go. I wanted to do something on the opposite side of the wall, and any art that was really big was really expensive. So these shelves are from IKEA. I think I paid, I don't know, $12 per shelf or something like that. But the on a dime part was actually the things that I put on it. Everything that you see here was purchased from the Goodwill. So here I got these frames there, and then I just took scrapbook paper and put it inside. These have Bible verses written on them, and this just has a dove. And I thought the gold frame was a nice contrast, also from the Goodwill, and I put one of our engagement pictures in there. So this entire section of the wall was done super, super cheap. We are talking like, including the shelves, under $40. Okay, so back in the entryway again, this is an armoire that we inherited. So I just wanted to point out what the Goodwill is amazing for, but also what it's not. A lot of like my glassware that I keep in here, I get from the Goodwill. Why? Because it's super, super cheap. And if I just... here it is. This is an example of something I got from the Goodwill. I don't know if you can tell, but this is an extremely high quality vase. It is really, really heavy. It is super thick fabric. It is really nice. I think I paid less than $2 for this item. And even when I checked out, the lady was like, this is only $2? And I was like, yeah, it's a good deal, right? This is something that you want to buy at Goodwill. I think we got flowers as a gift in this, so I didn't buy this, but this is something you don't want to buy at the Goodwill. Why? Because you can find it at the Dollar Tree for $1, and the Goodwill will charge you like $2 for it. So, I mean, not that much of a difference, but you want to be picky with your vases because the Dollar Tree has so many options. Here's another example. We used actually this for our sand ceremony at our wedding. From the Dollar Tree. So anyway, this one is another good example of something you would want to purchase from the Goodwill. It's just this really nice pedestal glass, kind of a cool geometric pattern. I put candies in here, or sometimes when we have parties and that sort of thing, I'll put mints or something like that. But I purchased this at the Goodwill. I think I paid $1.99 for it, and I'm sure this was far more expensive when it was originally purchased. Okay, so here's another example of how to decorate cheaply from a dollar store. These are our bookshelves, and they're built-ins, and we just painted the back green so they would really stand out. But these letters up here, Spelling on Amor, are from the Dollar Tree. And like I said, I speak Spanish fluently, so it's kind of like an ode to what we love. All of these frames here were less than $1 each, and they all match and they look really nice. This elephant I found at the Goodwill. I think I paid $1 for him, and I call him Paco, and I think he is absolutely amazing. He may not be your style, but I adore him. So anyway, just a few little things. I didn't like over clutter it or make it, just look filled with things. I just find like a few staple items and purchase them. And one good thing to remember is that you guys do not have to go into the Goodwill and buy something every single time. In fact, I don't buy a lot of things in the Goodwill. Most of the time, I don't buy things. I tend to buy things like maybe once every 6 times or something like that. Sometimes I'll go in and I'll have this fabulous day, but truly, 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 it takes time to find this stuff. Don't get discouraged if you go into the Goodwill in the home decor section and you don't see something you love right away. Okay, So now we're upstairs in our hallway, and I just wanted to show you this decorative area. Yet again, more of those, I don't even know what you call them, wall art, cling to the wall art from the Dollar Tree. Every day is a gift. And I just thought that was really beautiful and kind of tied this connection, or this collage rather, of frames together. These frames are from IKEA, and they were only a few dollars each. So this was not something that was from the Goodwill or Dollar Tree, but they're still very cheap. And you could probably do this even cheaper using frames from the Dollar Tree, because they actually have really nice frames. Okay, so now I'm in the guest bedroom, and this is eventually going to be our nursery, so we never go in here. But I thought that this was a good purchase, especially for the future. This lamp can be used anywhere. I found this lamp at the Goodwill, and I was so excited because there's a lamp like this from Pottery Barn that's uber expensive, and this one was a couple of dollars. It didn't come with the shade, so I had to purchase that separately, you know, and light fixture and all that jazz. But I just think this lamp is amazing. You can put different things inside of it. Looks really nice. This table also came from the Goodwill. I just used a can of spray paint to paint it white because it was a super ugly wood color. And then I picked up this hardware from Lowe's for just a couple of dollars to create a pretty side table that we can use when this room is a nursery or just right now. Okay, so you can still be organized and decorative at the same time, super cheap. I totally just hit my glasses there. So this is a cabinet that I purchased from, where did I purchase this from? Oh yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, with a coupon obviously. But I went and to the Dollar Tree and I picked up these mason jars. I thought they were so cute, $1. And I use it to keep makeup containers, Q-tips, and cotton balls. And I just think it looks really nice in the bathroom. It kind of ties everything together, and my clutter is completely out of the way and you don't see it. Because, let's face it guys, this bathroom is really small. So another thing the Goodwill is great for is finding things like napkin holders and these kind of like kitchen knickknacks. Please, 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 please do not pay full price for those things because you can get them for so cheap at the Goodwill. We got the one in our dining room and the one in here, both from the Goodwill. I paid 99 cents. Baskets. Guys, baskets and the Goodwill are like, I'm serious, they are everywhere. Now, and some of the baskets you're going to go in and see and be like, oh, these are ugly or like kind of grody. Don't buy those. You're going to have to go in quite a bit to be able to find a good quality basket like this. I think I paid, oh my gosh, probably $3 or $4 for this basket, and based on the quality of it, it's got wiring on the inside. I think this came from Target, and I'm pretty sure it was at least $15. So I got a super, super good deal. And we just use it to keep magazines, extra coasters, and clicker. Okay, so that concludes my how to decorate on the super cheap video. Come here. Want to say goodbye? Say goodbye to everyone. Wave bye.